I would like to welcome you in this conference room. Today, we've decided to dedicate this day to consumers, and tomorrow it will be dedicated to retailers. So we'll see all the aspects and new expectations of consumers. So I'll just make an introduction to this day. I am Béatrice Reynal. I'm Béatrice de Reynal. I'm CEO of the marketing tool, which is a partner, NutriMarketing partner of this conference, of MADE. Now, let's get in the topic right away. Today, we're in full mutation, demographic changes with an increasing population, economic change, in ecological change, you are aware of it, and a more and more connected world, and this will have deep implications for consumers. Today, in this changing world, demographically, we'll switch from 9 to 11 billion individuals expected by 2050.
Bon. Donc en fait, les 11 milliards, ça passe pas, vous voyez.
So the population is growing older, especially in developed countries, so-called rich countries, and millennials are growing in number. So if you may not see, but actually, if you want to have the presentation, you give me your business card and I'll send it to you. Now, baby movers, so the older people are more than the millennium. So today, our customers, there's seniors, of course, in some countries, but there's also what we call millennials, and then the following generations with a totally different set of mind. And on the right hand, you see the population in countries with the highest percentage of seniors. So in the first column in 2012 in Japan, there was 32% seniors, and today they're 41%. So you see that there's a real seniorization. So we'll have to play with all this, and we'll have to take into account this change among consumers and in the consumers' pyramid. The changing world also affects environment. We'll talk about recycling, sourcing with materials and raw materials that are easily found. Of course, useless to say that oil and plastic and synthetics have a bad reputation, and also recyclable, and everything with aluminum, etc. Of course, you can make T-shirts of it and fashionable bags for bohemians, but for bourgeois bohemians, but bohos, but it will be hard to recycle them, so they're out of the way. And today is a lot of companies put forward recycling, like SaveTheFood.com. It's a U.S. business that says that a person loses, an individual, for individual family loses $1,500 per year because of waste. So $1,500 for an American family, that's a lot. And therefore, we'll see the appearance of virtuous circles, and also before we used to give waste to pigs, and now we try to recycle it in another way. Now, a changing world because we are becoming more and more connected. And you'll see at the center of this fair, you'll see startups with connected objects, which will be very useful for consumption. Today, we have people who go to stores to look at products, but then they go on the internet to buy them at a lower price. Now, the change in behaviors is also concerns the consumer who does zapping. He may eat foie gras and then organic food and then junk food. He'll switch from one thing to another. So the consumer is becoming a multifaceted consumer. So today we try to stop hyper-consumption. So we try to be less superficial. And also we like to go towards short cycles because there's a need of ethics and also of freshness. You feel like it's fresher if it comes from next door. You feel like the garden next to mine is more organic than the organic. It's really organic even though you have a nuclear plant right next door. So we also try and give some meaning to the fact of buying. But it's paradoxical because, on the other hand, today we suffer. Today you'll go to the self-service. You're at this fair, so you won't really have any choice to eat. But then you'll zap and tend to consume and choose exactly what you consume. Maybe this evening you'll choose to go to a little restaurant or you'll choose to cook with some specific food. So we're constantly zapping between these two ways of consumption. One is the most fast food way of consuming, and the other one is cooking, and cooking has become a pleasure as such. And consumer wants everything and he wants it all and he wants it now. So it has to be good, it has to be beautiful, be good for his health, good for the environment, and good for his wallet. It has to be natural, but it has to be ready-made. It has to be fresh, but it has to be fast. So the issue of the last kilometer is your issue, not his. And also he wants to be taken care of. He wants to feel like his food is customized. I want some gluten-free, but with fat. I want some gluten-free, but fat-free, etc. And consumers are becoming more and more nomads. So the on-the-go is key, and we'll see emerging proposals for products that you can carry in your purse, and even fresh products like yogurts will be in your pocket within a food complement. So you may have a drinking yogurt that doesn't need to be in the refrigerator, a salad which is fresh but will hold the whole day, etc. And then one feels like getting to a greater balance. Consumers know more and more that in order to live healthily for longer, one has to be careful with what one eats, and generally speaking also not just with food, with fitness, with all these gyms and all the services emerging around fitness. So people want to eat better, even though from time to time one will cook oneself good foods. And actually, good cooking is not opposed to, the flavor is not opposed to balanced food. Consumer wants natural products. What are natural products? Well, to the consumer, they mean that they're healthy, they're good also to taste. So the consumer really believes in it. So what's the future? Well, we are local or hyper-local. There's you may have your Huns on your balcony. You may have tomatoes grown at home, and it also looks nice on top of it. And this is local. And there's more and more proposals like this raising. And new technologies help you make miracles. You are in a connected kitchen, so you have applications to have a robot work, a great robot move, or for recipes. You also have a 3D print for pizzas, chocolate cakes, whatever presentations that will enable you to give things you cook a nice aspect. And also today, Apple and iTunes are offering hundreds of applications linked to health, either to buy better to be a better buyer or to eat better or to keep your glycemia under control and everything else. And the perspective is also prevention. Health prevention also includes nutrition, but it also includes planning for the senior populations, both for people getting elder. So there's prevention against some types of cancers or heavy pathologies like degenerative pathologies like Alzheimer, DMLA for the retina, or osteoporosis. And also the increase of chronic diseases like diabetes, cancer, etc. And people have a lot of questions and they want to get answers. It's also a scientific revolution. Today we can target individuals better. If you want to have a DNA decoding, it will cost you $1,000 $149, where before it cost you thousands of dollars. So you can have a DNA decoding, and then you'll see what you can eat with your barcode of the store at home. And it's the era of the epigenetics. It's your personal software that will help you choose better, like, for instance, in my family, everybody could eat some milk, but not me, and because I have a genetic modification, etc., and we can go very far. And then millennials will grow older. Of course, first of all, there are lots, and then a new generation will come, the Z generation, and they will eat this type of products that don't exist today. For example, a hamburger, but with real things, real bread, real meat, real cheese. There will be donut croissants, so ethnically mixed products, and also culturally mixed products. They lack eccentricity, but not multicolor eccentricity. They're just like mixing styles. And also, they may indulge from time to time because excess is also part of one's balance. And millennials have a connected way of area. They're healthier. They like to experience a life experience. They don't want too much of an equipped kitchen, but they like to live all kinds of experiences. So they want to have different products delivered to them. It has to be fun, surprising, but they don't want it to be cheap. So they want real products, real taste. So that means a lot of work to prepare all that. So the Z generation was born with 5 per day. With internet, they are born with a phone instead of a brain often. It's a generation that doesn't know phones, wired phones. They have never seen a car without a safety belt. They are a nomad. They're open to the world, but they like traditions as well. So we'll have to imagine new things for them. Today, I don't know if we are able to perceive, to be aware of the speed of these changes, because they mean deep modifications, and these changes are taking place simultaneously. They're economic, ecological, technological, demographic, and scientific changes. And you should also have young generations in your teams, because they are the ones who will help you make the link between different aspects in your labs. So thank you for your attention. I will be willing to answer any of your questions if you want to send me. And I'll hand the floor to Chloé Defour, Senior Client Advisor for Kantar, and she will obviously tell you about consumers.